So if you have been following this channel for quite a while, you know I don't really talk about a lot of controversial topics. But in this video, it's gonna change because I want to discuss the ethnicity of every single player who were part of France's 2018 World Cup winning squad. So what's up guys, my name is Dominic Rich, and if you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button and click the little bell to make sure you never miss another video from your boy. And for those of you who are already subscribed, thank you very much for 10K subscribers, man. I really appreciate it. Road to 20K is now in full effect. But as you can tell from the title, I would like to discuss the ethnicity of France's 2018 World Cup winning squad. Just like the team that won the 1998 World Cup, France's 2018 World Cup squad was made up of a multicultural group of players. And the fact that the team was so multicultural, with most of the players having African backgrounds, out of nowhere people were saying that Africa won the FIFA World Cup. Like, how could Africa win the World Cup? Why? Because most of the players on the French national team have African backgrounds. And another thing is, none of the African teams made it out their group. So I guess, I don't know where this whole thing was coming from, whether it was from Africans or bitter football fans who just did not want to give France the World Cup win. You know, they were saying that Africa won the World Cup because most of the players on the French team are black, like me. Okay? But remember guys, I said that this is a controversial topic, so stay with me. There's probably a lot of people in France who doesn't even claim this win because the team is not French enough. Like, what is French enough? Most of these players were born in France. I'm gonna get into it just now. Most of these players were born in France. The majority of them were born in France. So how is the win not French enough? But you can blame it on two things, colonialism and slavery. Blame it on nothing else, blame it on nothing else. France, along with many major European countries, colonized places all over the world, including Africa, the Caribbean, South America, Southeast Asia, and so forth and so forth. But it's coming back to bite them. Before and after these colonized nations gained their independence, natives have been traveling to France for a better life. So I don't see what's the big deal. Okay, I get it. They are not originally from France, but France went to those nations, colonized them, gained riches, and, you know, enslaved the people, etc., etc. You know the whole story. And, you know, those people in turn went to France to get a better life. They were born there. They were, you know, they lived there all their lives and they breathed the culture. So it's only right to say they are French. They are fully French. The white men of France, the Arabs of France, and the black men of France are all French. Let me just say that. But let's get into these ethnicities, okay? Let's start with the captain and goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris. His father is of Catalan descent and his mother is French. He was actually born in France. So what is he? French. He is a white man, but he is French. But he also has Spanish background. Did Spain win the World Cup? No, I don't think so. Steve Mandanda, the backup goalkeeper, he is of Congolese ethnicity. He was born in Zaire, now Congo DR, and his parents migrated to France, but Steve Mandanda has a brother who still plays for the Congo DR national team. Steve Mandanda is a citizen of France. He could have chosen to represent Congo DR, but which team does he represent? France. Let's move on to the third goalkeeper, Alphonse Arioli. He is of Filipino ethnicity. I didn't even notice before I did the research for this video, but he was born in France. That's the key thing. Born in France. Lucas Hernandez, the defender, he is of Spanish and French ethnicity, but he was born in France. And then we have the defender Raphael Varane, who is of mixed ethnicity because his father was born in Martinique, which I think is still a French colony, and his mother is French. Raphael Varane was born in France. And then we have another defender, Samuel Umtiti, who is of Cameroonian ethnicity. He was born in Cameroon, but he represented France at various youth levels before he made it to the men's national team. And then we have Presnel Kimpembe, the young defender whose father is of Congolese descent and his mother is Haitian. Presnel Kimpembe was born in France, but he represented Congo DR once at the under-20 level before switching his allegiance back to France. Benjamin Pavard, the young defender, he seems like he is a full French ethnicity. I might be wrong, but I couldn't dig up any more information on Benjamin Pavard. He was born in France. So he is one of the rare players who might just be pure French. But if you have the inside scoop on Benjamin Pavard's ethnicity, let me know in the comment section down below. Then we have Benjamin Mendy, who is of Senegalese ethnicity. He was born in France. Then we have Djibril Sidibe. He is of Malian ethnicity. He was born in France. And then we have the big defender Adil Rami, whose parents is of Moroccan descent, but he was actually born on the island of Corsica. And when he was at a very young age, his parents migrated to the French mainland. Adil Rami was still practically born in France, if you really think about it. And then we have Paul Pogba, who is one of the most popular players in the world. He is of Guinean ethnicity. He was born in France, but he has two twin brothers who still plays for the Guinean national football team. Well, I guess if Guinea qualified for the World Cup and Guinea won the World Cup, you know, you can say that an African team won the World Cup. France is not an African team, even though it's made up of so many players of African ethnicity. Let's move on though. But then again, when you think about it, did France really win the 2018 World Cup? Because I've been calling out a lot of players with African names and from African backgrounds. I'm getting confused myself here, guys. I'm getting confused, but let's continue. And then we have N'Golo Kante, who is of Malian ethnicity, but he was born in France. And then we have Corentin Tolisso, who is of Togolese ethnicity, but he was also born in France. And then you have Blaise Matuidi, whose father is Angolan and his mother is Congolese, but he was also born in France. Africa, 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 like crazy. And then we have Steven Nzonzi, who is of Congolese ethnicity. He was also born in France. I think they even tried to call him up for the Congo national team before, but he turned it down. And then we have Novell Fakir, the midfielder, who is of Algerian ethnicity. His parents are actually from Algeria, but he was born in France. And then we have the young forward Ousmane Dembele, whose mother is of Mauritanian and Senegalese descent, and his father is of Malian descent. Ousmane Dembele was actually born in France. That's a lot of African countries I just named there too, right? Mauritania, Senegal, and Mali. Like, Africa is really claiming this damn World Cup, man. And then we have the best young player of the 2018 World Cup, Kylian Mbappe. His father is actually Cameroonian and his mother is Algerian, but Kylian Mbappe was born in France. And now we come to Antoine Griezmann, whose father is Alsatian German and his mother is Portuguese, but Griezmann was actually born in France. So he is actually not fully French too. So up next we have Thomas Lemar. This one is quite an interesting one because he was born on the Caribbean nation of Guadeloupe, which is still a French colony. So come on. Come on. Up next, we have Olivia Giroux, who is of Italian and French ethnicity. He was born in France. He looks kind of Italian, right? And last but not least, we have the young forward Florian Thauvin, who I think is also of pure French descent. He was actually born in France. If you know more about Florian Thauvin and Benjamin Pavard, let me know in the comment section down below. So for the 23-man roster, we have 20 players born in France, 2 born in Africa, and 1 born in the Caribbean. You can also say that there was 14 players with African background, 2 with Caribbean background, 1 with Filipino background, and 6 Caucasian players who were actually born in France. Well, if you do the math, you can say that Africa partially won the 2018 World Cup. Like, the facts are there. But Africa is not a nation, so you can't say it. You cannot say it. The World Cup is made up of 32 nations vying for 1 trophy, and Africa is not a nation. So I think that explains it, guys. That explains it. Africa did not win the World Cup, even though it might seem quite so. But while doing this video, I just got another interesting thought. What if I had to put together a team of French players who are not of African and Caribbean, Filipino, or whatever descent? That would be some team, right? Will that team win the World Cup? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and let me know if you want to see me put together a team like that. So guys, thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button. Let me know if you think that Africa won the World Cup, or you think that France won the World Cup, or the Caribbean, or the Philippines in the comment section down below. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad!